just show the front page. The service charter. You can sit aside so they can brief the press.
Good. Our colleagues are Rebecca Miano, Kipchumba Murkomen. Let me also acknowledge the presence of the IG, the presence of PS Daga, PS Ololtua.
They should come here.
Can you guys come behind?
IG sit here.
There's another seat here.
Yes. Yes, come and sit here.
Podo, the airport
Yes, the rest of the team, you can stand here.
Our airport manager, we need more ladies here. We need more ladies here.
Everybody who is here, just come. Yes. To Simam Airport. Everybody who signs. Plus KQ. Enjoy. Even the ID. John.
Good. Our colleagues, Rebecca Miano, Kipchumba Murkomen, aviation stakeholders, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's my honor to address you today as we gather for this significant occasion, the signing of the JKIA Service Charter. This milestone today represents a shared commitment by government ministries, agencies, and stakeholders to position Kenya as a leading aviation hub in the region and beyond. The aviation sector, ladies and gentlemen, is a critical pillar of our economy, serving as a gateway for trade, tourism, and international connectivity. Recognizing its importance, the government has prioritized reforms aimed at enhancing operational efficiency and customer experience at our airports. Today's event marks a key step in realizing this vision. The JKIA Service Charter has been developed collaboratively by agencies operating at our airports, guided by the principles of synergy, collaboration, and coordination. It seeks to streamline governance structures and establish clear escalation mechanisms and provide robust framework for monitoring and evaluation. These measures will ensure that all government ministries and departments operating at our airports work seamlessly together to deliver world-class services to travelers and stakeholders alike. Going forward, customers will experience the one airport, one team under the administrative management of Kenya Airports Authority. We acknowledge that delivering excellent customer service and fostering a positive public image are mutual interests shared by all parties involved in airport operations. Therefore, we must embrace the spirit of partnership and collaborative responsibility to achieve service improvement that reflect the highest standard of professionalism and efficiency. Under the leadership of the Kenya Airports Authority, this charter will serve as a guideline, as a guiding framework for enhancing service standards across all touch points at our airports. It will enable prompt and coordinated responses to customer needs while fostering an environment that prioritizes excellence in service delivery. I'm confident that this collaboration will significantly improve customer service, customer experience at JKIA and other airports across the country. As a government, we remain steadfast in our commitment to improving airport infrastructure through both short-term action and mid-term plans. These efforts are designed not only to enhance operational capacity but also to ensure that Kenya's airports meet international benchmark for quality and reliability. I wish to commend my colleagues who are here with me and the entire management team, that the Cabinet, Secretaries for Interior, National Administration, National Treasury and Economic Planning, Tourism and Wildlife, and their respective teams for their dedication to this initiative. Your leadership, colleagues, has been instrumental in delivering and driving reforms that will transform Kenya's aviation sector into a world global repute. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, let us reaffirm our collective resolve to implement the JKIA Service Charter effectively. Together, we can deliver an exceptional airport experience that reflects Kenya's status as a premium destination for business, leisure, and investment. I thank you. Let me just allow my colleagues to make one or two comments if they wish to do so, and then we can take a few questions. Let me start with Rebecca.
Thank you very much.
We move the mics. Come with the mics instead.
Okay. Thank you very much, CS, for transport. For the tourism sector, this is very monumental, even as we gear towards achieving the steep targets that we have of welcoming 5 million international visitors annually from the year 2027. The airport customer experience is critical to supporting our target. And we are glad to see that already a lot of progress has been done since we were here on 31st of January 2025. And we want to commend all the teams that are working towards improving the airport experience. And we really want to work together with all the stakeholders that are here. We look forward to making Kenya the best destination that we are, and that is really supported by the entry at the airport, because we know that the airport is the first contact by our visitors. As a ministry, we are also working together with the Ministry of Transport, KAA, to open a customer service or an information center for tourists, and also working on branding our airport appropriately so that from the word go, everyone can experience the magical Kenya brand. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca. Waziri Murkomen.
Thank you very much. This is an historic event, considering that it has been the desire of the Republic of Kenya to have a functioning structure within the airport that ensures collaboration between all the agencies. I am very happy that we are privileged to have finally delivered this very important charter. Hopefully, going forward, this will cement the kind of working relationship that we need to see insofar as the number of agencies who are working here is concerned. On the part of the Ministry of Interior, our responsibility at the airport is to ensure that Kenyans are kept safe and that the bad people are kept out of our country. And therefore, the processes within the airport should be able to detect any contraband, illegal goods, issues to do with illegal immigrants, and persons who should not come through, especially criminals who should not visit our country. We have signed this charter today to promise the people of Kenya that we will act professionally and that our team at the airport will work in the spirit of whole government approach to ensure that we collaborate with the other agencies, especially the Kenya Airports Authority and the other agencies, to ensure that the safety and the security of the people of Kenya is guaranteed. I would like to congratulate all the members of the team that we constituted to work on this document, and to promise that as a ministry we shall give our utmost collaboration to make sure that this becomes a success. I'm very happy for JKIA, and I look forward to a better customer experience for all our visitors and citizens of this republic as they pass through Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Asante sana.
So thank you very much, Waziri. And as we start to implement this service charter today, I want to confirm that we have set up in that service charter document that we've signed a governance board that will be chaired by the Kenya Airports Authority CEO, that will initially sit monthly and eventually do quarterly meetings. Initially, because we need to do quite a bit of some work, there will be an operational committee that will be sitting monthly, and there are various working group sessions that will work weekly, and they will work and reaffirm measurable targets in the key performance indicators in the various areas that have been identified, and report accordingly to that escalation to a point where we really, like we said, want to be that premium anchor airport in the region. So we'll see things really significantly improving as we seek to be what Kenya ought to be in the region. Asanteni sana. We can take a few questions. Name and media house.
Yeah, my name is Jasmine Ambui from Citizen TV. I have two questions. One is the cost of implementing the charter and where the funds will be coming from. And then two is, when do we expect to see KA get a substantive
Wambui, thank you, Citizen. Another question, and then we can take the two together.
My name is Kamchelenza from KBC. I have three questions. One is, how does the charter compare to industry best practices? Are there any future plans to enhance or expand the charter's commitments? And the last one is, how does the charter incorporate digital transformation and modern customer service technologies?
Thank you. Let's start with Wambui's question, which is basically the budgetary commitments. You did hear us talk to a cabinet commitment in customer experience at JKA. You've seen us, not the first time, this is the third time we are sitting here. We basically on housekeeping issues, and we're saying everybody does their part as a one team, and basically collect that information through the management board on monthly basis initially, and eventually quarterly. And we really want to have visibility in the areas which needs improvement. So when you retire from here to look at the service charter, you'll actually see performance indicators for every level delivery in every area that is measurable. And therefore, when we meet to basically collect this report, will be, if the ranking is a 5 and you are doing a 3, we'll be seeking to understand what support we need. If it's a monetary support, we'll provide the budget accordingly, because this is, we are a revenue airport. We make money. Where we need to provide facilitation in terms of budget, we'll be able to do so to ensure that we do improve the customer experience, improve, like Rebecca says, the customer inflows into our country, and be able to significantly improve the revenues. I think budgets talk to expenditure side and the revenue side. And so when you talk about expenditure, depending on how we are able to quadruple our revenues, the expenses should not be a significant issue. But more importantly, what are we able to do to improve our economy? I think when we really look at this charter, maybe because we have not shared what we've signed today and we'll be sharing, you will appreciate that it has been worked on. We did do a charter for the Kenya Ports Authority sometimes back, But you know, here we are dealing with people. At the port, we are dealing with containers, and people are very sensitive. When you open a bag for a customer, and they feel a bit like it should have been more done discreetly, and you are doing it in the open, those are the things we are talking about. Because if those machines we saw do identify the need to really get the bag from a machine scanning to a physical interpretation of what is in that bag, we need to do it in a way that is humane, so that the customers understand that their respect has been maintained, not the way we've done it in sometimes opening as the customers pass by and so on and so forth. So the various targets, performance targets, as you will see, like I said in that charter, have been defined for KAA, for ICAO, for rather Kenya Civil Aviation, for the plant, KEFIS, if there are plants which have been stuck into that bag, do they meet, are they transporting what may cause us a problem in terms of spread of a certain plant, we're an agricultural economy and so on and so forth. So security items that may hamper the security and compromise, or even whether there are harmful substances that are not allowed in our country. So we will be working very closely together, like I said, one airport that delivers a service seamlessly without getting to know I'm dealing with a police officer, I'm dealing with a KEFIS officer, I'm dealing with a border control officer. When you go up at the border control terminals today, where we saw 8 terminals, today all of them are open at peak hours, and we are monitoring to basically ensure that if the time allowable to clear every customer is 30 seconds, we'll be doing random sampling to make sure that we meet those targets and ensure that we do deliver what is best for this country and improve customer experience, improve the business of the tourism, because we are a tourist destination, and even setting up Nairobi as a financial center. You need to come in seamlessly and go out seamlessly, very quickly, and so on and so forth.
Hello, sir. My name is Noah.
Maybe before let me just add something there, that on the budget issue, because I know this question had been asked before, now it's being asked again. You need to understand that the charter is meant to do away with silo mentality. It is the same people under the same budget that they have being asked to work together as a team and avoid this idea of saying that this is my turf, this is my jurisdiction, I'm not supposed to report to any other agency within the airport. As a result, the charter creates one center of accountability, and that center of accountability is led by the KA. So that then we have principally said you have reporting channels for the police, for the immigration, for tourism, for KFIs, for plant health. Everybody reports to different ministries. But under this charter, we are now saying, yes, you may have the other reporting mechanism, but in terms of running the airport and the customer experience at the airport, you have to report to one center, and there is a board that is chaired by the MD of Kenya Airports Authority. Meaning, therefore, that it is not, we are not creating a new budget. We are saying synergize your energies around the airport using the same budget to deliver results in a coordinated manner. If there is need to now improve any area within the airport, then that budget will be provided in due course. There is, to just answer your question straight, there is no extra money being put so that the charter can be done. It is the existing budgets in different agencies being implemented in a manner that is coordinated and avoids silo mentality.
And I think that's what I'm also asking, when KA is going to get a substantive MD, because clearly it's taking on a leading role in this.
The KA substantive MD is a work in progress. We did advertise, we closed, but we did have some legal, somebody went to court. So it's a work in progress. Thank you.
Thank you for clarifying on the budget. It wasn't clear initially. My name is Noah Kipkemboi from KTN. How does this marry into the bigger vision of the national aviation policy that you have in the country? And secondly, I think JKIA has been for a long time straight. We are receiving so much. whereas the facilities within, they're not as modern as we would like it to be. So as much as the charter addresses the soft issues of workability within the airport, talk to me how the larger vision of accommodating 30 million visitors by 2030 here and modernizing the airport is actually the charter is supporting that.
We'll take that in due course. Can we take the last one, and then we can take the two? None. The national aviation policy really seeks to grow our airport to meet the demands of the growth in the industry, as we seek to grow from the current number of clients coming into our country, be it tourism, be it business, from the current so many to 7 million capacity to the numbers that you have talked about as we look into 2030 and beyond. And you do know that our airport was built to take a maximum capacity that is outstripped today. And so I think the question now that you're really talking about is, how do we seek to build and improve the resources and the capacity of our airport to be able to accommodate those numbers that we seek to accommodate as we grow our tourism numbers into the numbers that Rebecca Miano talked about. And you know, the building of a new airport is alive, and we really need to up our game. We are working after the failure of the PPP, PIP framework to upgrade our airport and to build a new airport. We sit on an airport that got burnt in 2014, and part of our airport is really roofed on tents that you have witnessed occasional leaking when there are heavy rains and storms. And apart from the airport being stripped in capacity of number of passengers, and looking at the horizon on the numbers we need to be servicing in a short while, the building of a new airport is active, an active agenda at Cabinet. We are looking at policies on investments which can support themselves as a business, really being able to do more of PPP as opposed to building on a social capital on our balance sheet. The fiscal headroom that we have today to be able to support things that we need to support more in social, like education, like the health sector, and more of the areas where government needs to really pay more attention, cannot really compete with investments which can draw their own revenue, run their own balance sheet, and be able to service the kind of debt. So we are looking at airport today as a snippet of what did not quite work on airport going out on its balance sheet and taking a facility to develop a new airport, the way Kenyan borrows on its balance sheet. So we'll be looking at KAA on its balance sheet, working with various DFIs, be it EXIM or export credit, whether the export credit will come with conditions of concessioning. Airport should be able to leverage on its balance sheet to develop a new airport, so that the airport is not competing with the social infrastructure investment that we need to do in education, in health, and in the various social areas like food security and supporting the various challenges that we face from time to time, and which we sometimes support which we need to support as a government. So going forward, we are looking at a framework that JKI can leverage on its balance sheet, invite cost-effective or the cost of money that is fairly competitive, that can return on investment in terms of the cost of capital, and develop for us a new airport. So in a short while, we'll be coming back through Cabinet to seek a framework, approve a framework that will allow JKIA to leverage on its balance sheet, work with various DFIs, and develop for us a new airport in the time frame that is conscious of what is happening in the region in terms of competitive advantage for Kenya comparing with other regions who have gone ahead of us and developed modern airports. We need to attract the numbers. We don't want visitors coming to Kenya to come through our neighboring as hubs. We really want to take that advantage and continue to have Nairobi as a hub. And so in terms of national aviation policy, we are conscious. We are working around the clock. We do know that the PIP could have faced a challenge. And even when we leverage on the balance sheet of JKIA to look at various DFIs with the cost of capital, return on capital, or return on equity, and so on and so forth, we will be looking at a competitive process, even as we get those DFIs to come in. I think, conscious of time, we'll be doing that very quickly so that the kind of numbers we are receiving in our airport today do have that kind of space to handle the kind of numbers that we seek to be handling in a short while and going forward.
Thank you.
Asante. Thank you so much.